Imagine creating your own version of Google filled with your knowledge, your language, and your answers to questions your audience actually asks. Well, that is what a knowledge base is, a total win for your audience and for you as a coach or a course creator. So what is a knowledge base? Well, this is your expertise organized. It's a structured collection of your knowledge available 24/7. It's focused on real questions. These are direct answers to specific problems that your audience has. Now, they get instant solutions, so there's no scrolling through videos or waiting for replies, and it's infinitely scalable. When you answer a question once, you can help thousands over time. So let's have a look at some examples of this in practice across different industries. So if you were a HR professional, you could answer questions around employment law, employee engagement and absence management. Or if you were a nutrition coach, you might answer questions around meal planning, exercise routines and well-being tips. And as a DIY expert, you may look at plumbing, electrical and joinery as topics for your knowledge base. Now, the benefits for your audience is they get instant access, available 24/7, right when they need it the most. And it's problem focused, so it's solutions to specific challenges that they face. And it's in an accessible format, so there's no scrolling through long videos or wading through course content to get the information that they want. And it's in the moment support 24/7 and help exactly when they're struggling that they can search for and get hands on themselves. So the benefits for you as a business, you get to clone yourself but smarter. Your expertise scales without direct involvement. You create that content once, you get to help forever. It's an evergreen resource. And you get to reduce repetitive work. You can say goodbye to answering the same questions in DMs and emails repeatedly. The resources are there for people to access. And through this, you can add serious value. So you can enhance your offers with resources that work around the clock, building loyalty for you. So there's a key in terms of getting all this right, and that's the structure of your knowledge base. And you need to consider this as layers. So you want to have some broad topics for your main categories. Broad topics like meals, exercise, and well-being. And then underneath each of those, you will have some subcategories. So meal planning could fit under meals, and weight loss might fit under exercise, for example. And then you want individual articles under those subcategories, and these are specific questions that your audience asks. Now, it's really important to use a question format style. So rather than nutritional planning framework, people aren't really going to search for that. Think about instead saying, how do I plan my meals as an article title? Match your audience's language using words that they use, not industry jargon. And think those late night searchers, what are they Googling at 11 p.m. when they're frustrated and overwhelmed? And think about mixing media types in your articles as well. You want to combine text, images, video, and step-by-step instructions. You can put audio in there and all manner of different things. Now, when it comes to monetizing a knowledge base, there's a couple of angles you can take. So firstly, you can make a free knowledge base, and this is really for lead generation. This allows you to solve problems and build trust before people buy. You might also offer a knowledge base as a premium resource locked behind a paid offer as additional client value. It could be a value add component, so it can be used to enhance existing programs and justify premium pricing, and you can run it alongside a community or complement courses and memberships by having a knowledge base as part of the offering. So here's a sample knowledge base structure. This is based on a nutrition coach example. So under the meals category, I might have things like, how can I flavor food without gaining weight? How can I create my own meal plan? What are macronutrients? Is fat bad for me? So some examples that fit under meals. Under exercise, how many steps should I take daily? Can I build muscle without tracking calories? What's the best cardio for fat loss? Or in the well-being category, how does sleep affect my progress? How much water should I drink daily? How can I stay active with a desk job? So you can see how you can really provide some valuable support for people on commonly asked questions inside a knowledge base. And how do you get started with all of this? Well, one of the things you can do right now is identify the top 10 questions that your audience asks repeatedly, and these form the foundation of your knowledge base. Don't forget to plan your structure. Think about the topics and what your audience needs most. How can you break those articles down so that it's easy for people to find them and digest? And then it's about creating content, writing articles using question-based titles people actually search for. You might create some video clips. You might even use AI to support you write some of this knowledge-based stuff for you. And then it's about launching and scaling. So start helping more people while growing your business 24/7, a digital resource that people can access in their moment of need. So now let's have a look at how to build a knowledge base. And for this, I'm going to use the EzyCourse platform. If you're not part of my community, then there's a link on or around this video that takes you to a page where you can get a free course from me on EzyCourse and also more information about the platform. And if you're already an EzyCourse customer, you want to head to the EzyCourse site, go into add-ons just at the top. And if you haven't already got it, have a look at this one just down here, which is the Knowledge Base Help Center. It is this add-on that we're going to be using today. Okay, so I'm going to take you into, first of all, a completed knowledge base so you can see what one looks like. And this one here is on the EzyCourse site themselves. So if you ever need any support at all, you can go to help.ezycourse.com and it brings you to this knowledge base page here. You can see there's a convenient search bar at the top. So let's say I was setting up Stripe. I might put how do I set up Stripe? And you can see there's a list of articles here that could help me out. There's recent articles just appearing at the top here, and there's also a space that I can browse the main categories, and then when I go into each of those, the subcategories are just listed at the side here. You can see these articles have a mixture of images and text in there as well. So now let's go on to an EzyCourse site and see how easy it is to create one of these. I'm on this site here, and first of all you need to go into add-ons and you need to go into the plugin, which is this one here, Announcement Pop-ups and Knowledge Base. I'm just going to go into that. You first of all need to make sure the add-on is enabled, and if it's not, you just need to change this toggle switch here and then click on the update button. Now this button that you can see just here allows you to create an index for the site. So especially if you're making your knowledge base public, then you would probably want to run this, because that means Google is then going to index your knowledge base articles as well. Now to add an article, I would use this tab just at the top. But before we do that, we're going to go in and set up our categories and subcategories. So I'll start with categories just here. And I'm going to go ahead and use this button to add a new category. And it's just very simply a case of me putting in the category. So these are my main categories here. I'm going to have meals. I'm going to have exercise as another category. We'll just have 3 for now. And then I'm going to have well-being as my third category. And then I would go into subcategories and add in my subcategories. And you don't need to do all of these from the offset. You can just set up a few of these to start with and grow it over time, or you might kind of focus on one category for now and build that up, and then another month you might focus on the next category. So don't worry about kind of getting all this perfect just as you want it to be right from the offset. So we've got macronutrients, planning, let's put habits in there as well as another subcategory. I'm not going to go through all of these, but you can see what's happening here. So let's say if I wanted to start building out my exercise categories, I can do that. You can see they're building up here. And like I say, you can dive back into this list at any time and just organize it how you want it to be. We're next going to go ahead and start adding some knowledge bases in. So I'm going to go to announcements and knowledge just here, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a new knowledge base article. Now, first thing we need to do is give it a title, and like I say, these need to be question focused really. So how can I flavor my food without putting on weight? And you can see here, really easy just to edit the content. I can add in any images I want to, just like that, or if I had video clips, I could add those in the same way too. Let's do that now very quickly. Add in just a random video here. So there you go. You can see how media rich you can make these. You can add links in there and all manner of different things. Then it's a case of writing a short description here. I'm sure you'll go to a lot more effort than I just have done with that one. And then in this top section just here, this is where you choose various different things. So first of all, you can leave the article in draft, but this is where you choose those categories that you've just set up. Now, the is it an announcement option is if you want this to be shown to people next time they log in to the site as a pop-up, then you can do that. And you just choose that to be yes. And then next time people log in, they'll get a nice pop-up message with anything that's been added as an announcement. They get to read those. Here's a quick look at what that looks like. So I've just logged in as the user, and you can see that I've got this announcement here for an article that I marked as being an announcement. So that appears for the user, and they can click on this learn more link here, and that takes them straight into the article. And at any point, they can use this icon in the top corner here. This is the updates icon, and they can click that, and they can see a list of all the articles that you've added as announcements. Just choose a featured image for the article and just a case of clicking on create, and that is pretty much that article created. Now I'm not going to create loads of these articles for this demonstration, but I am just going to create one more very, very quickly so you can see how this looks when we create the knowledge base page in a short while. So there we go, a couple of articles created. Just finishing this one off here by choosing the category and subcategory, choosing an image, and there we go. So click on create. Oh, forgot the short description. There we go. Click on create, and that's that article done. Next, we're going to look at how to build the knowledge base pages themselves, and you do this from the web builder. So I'm in the EzyCourse dashboard here. I've just gone into web builder. I'm going to go ahead up here and create a new page, and for now I'm just going to call this knowledge. And there's a couple of options at the bottom here in terms of pricing. So if you were making this a free knowledge base, you would keep this page free. If you were making this a premium knowledge base, you would choose premium, and then you'd enter the price here, whether that's one time or subscription. Now, of course, with premium pages, you can bundle them as part of memberships as well. So if you were bundling this with a course, that's entirely possible as well. Now, let me just go ahead and create that page now. Make it a free one. And then I'm just going to show you how easy it is to create the knowledge base. So in the block section, there is one created already, which is this one here, knowledge base help template. And all you need to do is insert that into your page, and that's it. Everything is ready to go. You can change this text at the top if you want to in whatever way. You can also change this color scheme. So if I go into here, you can see just down left hand side for the widget settings, here's where I would change my different colors for the text and that sort of stuff. You can see in the middle, it's already added the recent articles, the two that I've just created, and it's got my categories at the bottom here. So if you just go ahead and save that and preview that page so you can see what it looks like, pretty much ready to go into it. And there we go into meals. You can see these articles that I've added. And then you would just build that up over time and just keep adding to that. So yeah, knowledge base is a really good way of you getting your knowledge online, a fast way of creating content as well. Certainly a good thing to run alongside existing products, or even something set up whilst you are building your products. But just think about creating that Google around your own topic. It's a very powerful thing to do. Any questions, let me know. If you're inside my community, we can talk about this loads more. If you're finding this video elsewhere, then please do send me a message, drop me a comment. Always happy to answer any questions. See you very soon.